So do you guys think Ice Spice is here to stay, or
no.
or her
Listen,
15 minutes is up? She's gone.
Let me tell you something, okay? Because I've done a lot of thinking about this Ice Spice, and not just sexually. Right? When I first caught wind of her, it was probably like 2 months ago, right?
Yeah.
It was when she had just dropped that, and there was like some fucking report that I read. It was like, 5 new female rappers. And I'm looking through, and I'm like, Ice Spice, what the fuck kind of name is that? I'm like, let me see it though. So I watched it, and then again, audibly, not sexually, I was kind of intrigued too. I was like, okay, this is different. Her flow is annoying, but like it's different. So like I want to hear it. And I listened to some of her other songs.
Different's not always good, but I know what you mean.
And I listened to some of her other songs, and like the one where she like samples "Clarity" by Zed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like here's the thing.
It's not. I won't even call it a sample. They just literally have it playing in the background and added a beat on it. Like they didn't even like flip it.
Here's what I hate the most about Ice Spice though, is her lack of energy. And it's like I thought that was like just her like way of like spitting her flow, but then I watched like her like performing it,
her
and
stage presence.
She looks so uncomfortable when she talks.
I just think that's because like she's new to it.
No, I think that she's like one of those people who's like fucking like the equivalent of emo. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
To hip hop culture would be like she's just like awkward, and like she's like, because like they'll be like, oh yeah, you know it's what, and she'll be like, you thought I was feeling you? Nah. Like her fucking her presence
that could be
makes me want to punch a fucking drywall.
That could be a generation thing, because like we come like I feel like type of or like we're used to like getting hype, busted rhymes, like make me this crazy stuff. Like we can like,
set it off.
A show's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But so I know what you mean when you say like the emo type thing, where like now these shows are a little different with the younger generation.
Yeah, they want that fucking crybaby fucking TikTok shit.
Yeah.
God damn it! I'm fucking old and I'm mad.
He's pissed. Don't say TikTok.
Well, all right. Battle raps, cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is
Yes, sir.
We in the building. We in the building.
Episode 65. We're fucking flying. We're fucking
65 already?
65.
Episode 65. We're out here. New special guest. Houston's newest DJ resident, right? And we could still say that. You've been here for a minute, but I feel like we could still say that, right?
Yeah, I'm still fresh, under a year still.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Why don't you tell the people? Give us a little introduction.
Yeah, joining us, we got my man DJ PRIMETYME, the God himself,
What's
edit
up?
master, business connoisseur,
yes.
online record pool running.
Active DJ.
Wow, I wasn't even going to go that far, but okay, let's go. We can go there.
Bro, we're going everywhere. I'm trying to fill in all the blanks. Help me out here. What else you got?
Oh, man. I think everybody might know me, just like you said, from the edits, doing the remixes. Maybe from back in the day, I used to be on DJ City. Been in a bunch of DJs Seratos.
Yeah, let's get spicy. Let's get spicy. What
that
what's
is a
up?
DJ Serato.
What's up with let's paint a picture for everyone. Where did you start? Let's start with where your DJ career started and move towards you starting at DJ City.
Oh, let's see. Where do I start? I think, actually, like DJing, getting paid for it, like doing clubs and like being around that environment.
Or even like what got you into DJing? You know what I mean? Like where was your start? Were you were you spinning cumbia parties in LA? Like
we go back even further. No, honestly, I've been around music my whole life. My stepdad was a huge, or at the time, growing up, one of the biggest record collectors in Los Angeles.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so yeah, like I grew up in a 2-bedroom apartment where every wall was literally covered with records.
Dolo likes the sound of
that. That's dope. I'm getting
now.
a hard on right now.
Like it looks like a law library with books.
Oh yeah,
but it was just records.
That's dope as fuck.
So
was he a DJ or he was just an audiophile who loved?
He was
collecting?
just and loved. He was a collector.
Okay,
just loved collecting. His dad was a DJ though. His dad, I believe, was like a radio personality.
Okay, dope.
Back in the day.
What kind of records did he have in the collection?
He specialized like in funk and soul.
Oh God,
man,
damn
you're
it.
speaking my man's language.
Yeah, Dolo.
From the back of my neck,
I can feel Dolo's energy right now, just heating up over here.
You're excited.
Nah, so like if I remember right, at the time, like at one time, I think he had 30,000 records in the house.
Jeez.
Then let me see, like 5,000 45s, which was mostly all doo-wop stuff.
Oh, dope.
Then
Dusties.
Yeah. Then he had like those are just just with like the sleeve. There's like no
Just yeah.
no actual like album coverage.
When they just put in the jukebox, you hit 47.
Exactly. Then he had CDs too, so like he collected everything. He had like, probably about 10,000 CDs or something.
So was there always music going?
Oh yeah, always music going. I would wake up in the morning, especially on Sundays. Like I'd wake up in the morning on every Sunday like clockwork. Soul Train would be on.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just like playing like on mute, and he would just be playing like others like his own soundtrack.
Just having them dance to his music, basically.
Kind of, yeah.
That was his own audience.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Soul Train strategy?
I've seen the images, you know, from on.
It used to be on WGN in
Yeah.
Chicago and on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, I've seen the old videos.
They used to get down.
Don Cornelius.
Yeah. Legendary voice right there.
Hell yeah. So this is what, 90s? 2000s?
This was mid 90s, late 90s era. So I was just like always exposed to that, around all that. Then obviously I think I started like just burning mixtapes like from his music and just selling them like a middle school type thing.
Like
so
you were
so
curating a CD of different tracks. You weren't mixing them necessarily, but you were just, I'm gonna put this and then I'm gonna put
Were you
this
putting
one.
like, did people put in requests or did
Yeah,
you, like,
because
put together?
it was dope because he had all the equipment. Like he even had like a tape machine, and he had like a dub, like a CD dubs. Like so, and you could plug at the time. I don't know what it was called, but you could plug his CD like into a reader, and so I could record other CDs, burn it straight like.
Okay,
file.
he had a little.
So he was bootlegging.
He was bootlegging.
He wasn't even. I was bootlegging.
but he why did he have the equipment? I mean,
he was just that type of guy. He
just loved that.
He loved it all. Like he had like 4 different turntables, not like DJ turntables, but like just rare turntables.
Right. He'd be like, "Oh, this Panasonic one."
Yeah, just like crazy stuff. And the tape machine. He just wanted it all. He was just
loved collecting it.
a real deep collector.
Now the question is, does he still have the collection?
Yeah, he still does.
Is he willing to sell anything? Do we need to take a quick trip to LA?
You
and
won't.
pay him a visit.
He's always. I think he's always like flipping and selling things, but he's definitely. I think saving like. He has like his hardcore collection.
We need access to like the basement. You know, every record collector has like their set of records that they'll show anybody. But then if you're cool enough, you get access to the dope shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I need that.
You're tired of looking at
we'll have to check.
Let's show you some real shit.
We'll have to take the podcast down to California.
Hell yeah,
I'm
I'll be
ready.
down. I'll be down.
I'm going. I'm going November 11th.
Where
Okay.
you to LA?
Yeah, I'm playing at Mom Bar. You been to Mom?
Oh
Mom
yeah.
Bar,
I used
Mom's
to
Bar?
live up the street from Mom's Bar.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
lit?
Yeah, it was cool. Bossa Nova.
Yeah.
Shout out Bossa Nova
Wait,
one time.
Mom's Bar. Have I never been there? What is it? What neighborhood is it?
It's in West LA. It's basically on the border of West LA and Santa Monica.
Okay,
It's on Santa Monica Boulevard,
dope.
like Santa Monica and Bundy.
I'm excited.
Yeah, cool spot. Bossa Nova's doing his thing.
What's the vibe there?
It's like the
He told
it's
me
client
it's-
like it's all college students mostly.
Okay,
You know,
goes off.
it goes off though. Open format.
Okay.
Yeah, open format vibes. It's fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be wearing your shirt strategy or
100% will not have a shirt on, and I will be playing Sean Kingston.
fire?
Just so
There you go.
everyone knows.
Just so the kids, you know, if you're playing a college bar, that is the classics.
That's classics.
That's the classics. So
Yeah.
All right, so your stepdad, you're bootlegging CDs and mixtapes and selling them. The IRS doesn't watch this, so it's all good. And
I
then
think it's the feds actually.
at what point do you start DJing?
So from there, after I think sophomore year of high school, I got my first pair of turntables.
Hell yeah.
I bought them myself. I started doing like some side work on the side. I bought those cheap Newmark. Was it TMX or the TTX?
The TTX. The TTX weren't the cheap ones because I eventually got the TTX were the ones that had like key lock on them and they could do reverse and adjust the pauses.
Yeah, they had cool functions.
The
and there
cheap
was like
ones were like the 1650s.
no, it was a TTX. It was like the expensive version of the
with
Newmark.
the blue light on it.
But I call them the blue light, the little round one.
It was cheap compared to a Technique.
That's why that's what I'm saying. I call them cheap because like compared to Techniques, like Techniques were like a Hummer, like they would never break. Where the TTX, like I remember like the crossfader broke a few times. Like,
did you know that those we brought this up before on the show? They actually put lead weights in those turntables to make them heavy, so people would think that it's solid, like a Technique 1200.
I
They were
believe that.
heavy as fuck
Because they were made out of plastic.
They
I
were
think.
plastic. But
Yeah.
they were heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
That's so
I believe that.
fraudulent, bro. That's
I believe
so
that.
fucking fraudulent.
Newmark, we caught your ass.
Yeah, I ended up selling those things a few years later. I was like, man, get these out of here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I copped a pair of those.
You know what? One more thing about the TTX, I can't completely shit on it though, because if you remember Rhapsody the Basement,
Oh yeah, of course.
they used the Newmark TTX, so it wasn't a terrible. I mean, it had
That was-
sports drive.
That was probably
it
more of a
helped
marketing
pitch.
thing though.
Maybe, but it helped pitch. I think more likely it was because it had the blue light. So like to someone who doesn't know shit about turntables, the
Oh,
Technique
yeah.
1200 looks very basic. It looks like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Plus, like in a dark atmosphere, you could see the
dark
pitch.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
You see the pitch. It had some cool features. They're just
Yeah.
a little pausing. That was cool, you know, at the time. Whatever.
No, it was good.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I mean, I actually only bought one at the time. That's all I could afford. So I was just rocking one
'Cause
turntable.
they were still probably $400 for those.
wait, but
Yeah.
you were on Serato then, obviously, right?
No,
You were
I
on one
I learned on
turntable?
vinyl originally.
And
Wait, so how were you mixing?
How were you echoing on the mixer or
I had a CD
looping on
player.
the mixer?
I had a CD player on one side,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
then a turntable on the other side.
So you did get a transition once every couple tracks.
Yeah, I would try to play like either like so I would somehow try to like time the CD
Yeah.
after the turntable, then keep going in that circle.
Well, I try to explain this strategy before. Is like you had to be creative to fucking figure out ways to mix when there wasn't Serato, when it was like either just CDs
Yeah.
or not that you're not creative on Serato, but like what I used to take the DJM 600 and to transition between like if I had a single record, right, and I was blending the instrumental and I wanted to go into the clean version and I didn't have a second record to do it, I would loop in the 600 in
I see
the
what you're
roll basically and loop it so that I could keep playing that beat and then switch the
out.
record over.
Yeah.
So
Legendary
fun
shit.
old man shit.
Dolo.
Speaking of Serato, though, you're pretty plugged in the game. I feel like. Do you know about this new Serato update that DJ Twitter's going crazy about?
I saw the craze what everyone's talking about.
You
talk-
know,
I
you
haven't-
know what's
I haven't
up?
looked into
You got
it.
Be up
this
on
info?
game, 'cause I
What's
don't
up,
know.
bro?
I haven't looked into it, so I really can't speak on it.
They have a new AI technology that's built into Serato that every time you pick a record, it gives you 3 records.
Oh Jesus fucking
top
Christ.
suggested
If we don't all already play the same shit,
to play next.
now they give us a choice of A, B, or C.
Nah, I mean to be honest, man, like I'm not surprised. I heard something a long time ago, and I feel like as soon as I heard what I'm about to say, as soon as I heard this, it like the game just opened up for me. I was like, wow, this makes like so much sense. Like how all these companies, like big companies, you got Pioneer, you know, Serato, all this stuff. So like, I don't know if this is how they function now because I'm no longer part of the company. But like I remember back in the day, it was like DJ City was like, let's take the DJing out of DJing for DJs.
That was their
Their-
motto. That was their
Like-
Good
their
thing
message.
they scrapped that one because that's a
Yeah,
fucking
no, and not, it was just more towards like their record pool as far as what kind of edits DJs wanted.
oh
Like as far as putting tone play edits out for DJs.
yeah.
We're like, why? No, let's just make tools so they could do it live.
Oh,
They're like, no.
because that's not inclusive to everyone. Okay,
But it's like, it's like, okay, if they can't do it live, then they're just playing this tone play edit. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are they doing? It's like we're DJing for them.
I feel that way sometimes about a lot of tracks. I mean, that's a popular thing to do. When
Tone play's big still.
Not even the tone play shit, but tracks that mix 2 tracks for you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like a
tone-
transition.
I mean,
Tone, not even transition, but like a
I mean, I make-
hype edit where
yeah, I mean, I make that kind of stuff.
right, a hype edit.
or the OG like where they'll take an OG sample and then flip it into one track.
Literally, yeah. Anything,
I love those, but it feels so fraudulent. I'm like, why
It's-
don't I just play the original? I could probably even do it better.
That's the thing.
Well-
is there's an argument to be made that's like if you can't do it, you shouldn't be able to do it. Your speakers shouldn't be playing that because you can't do it. But that's what the DJ City people are saying is like, yo, if we can do this for people who can't do it,
Then
then we have a bigger market.
and a lot-
And you have a bigger market coming to you because they
Yeah,
want to be able
exactly.
to
So as a business point, I get it. And a lot of times, like depending on what track you're talking about, too, a lot of that's depending how old the track is. Sometimes it needs a little, you know, a little facelift, a little something. Because sometimes, like, if you play that next to a brand new little baby track right now, it's
sonically doesn't match up.
Sonically doesn't match up. Yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't hit the same. The bass ain't hitting. The drums are
for sure. No, whenever I find myself playing older records, not even just like samples, like it could be something from like the early 2000s. Even I have to like crank the fucking bass up for it to even like match. And I actually read an article on that a while back about how mastering the tracks, right? Bringing up the volume of it without peaking it, right? Has progressively gotten worse, like exponentially since what it was in the 70s. So like if you look at the wave format of a 70s track that was mastered, right? And you put it up to like a track that was mastered in like 2010. And we're not even just talking about hip hop that has blown out bass or low end.
Everything.
But just decibel wise, it's like almost twice as loud because it's like addictive, loud noises, right? Just like when you're DJing, as the night goes on, you keep turning up more. You can't help it. You just need to hear louder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To pull that energy.
Like I was having
same thing for people that are mastering.
I was having a similar conversation with my my good producer buddy Mark Cragen, where he does a lot of sync, where like, you know, like TV and film music, and he's submitting music where like it's going as far as loudness, where like it's like in the 3.5, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with like LUFs and all that type of loudness war and all that stuff.
No, you're gonna have to.
But like, so like,
we're obviously
like
professional DJs, so we know. But I think you should define it as people watch.
Well, like, talking about it's supposed to be negative 0.03.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. So like, I can average EDM track or a trap. You know, track would be like around 5, and that's loud. Like 5 is loud.
Yeah.
Now he's talking about people are like at negative 3.5, which is just like, what? Like that's just like sonically, and dynamically, I don't even know how they're doing that.
I mean,
I know how they're doing it, but like it's just,
if you listen to fucking,
it's getting louder and louder.
It's getting louder and louder, and it can only get so loud before it's just gonna be. There's not gonna be any dynamic.
Well, everyone's gonna go deaf too. I think about that all the time.
I'm gonna be deaf
Anyone that spends too much time in a nightclub is 100% going deaf faster than somebody who's just in their cubicle.
We probably
for sure.
You know,
between the music in my car and the fucking music in the nightclub, working fucking 30, 40 hours a week.
Between 3 of us, one of us is going deaf for sure.
But I already know I am. And now, okay, so let's talk about this because this is actually something that's recently been happening to me. So I had an issue where I'm pretty sure I ruptured my eardrum about 6 months ago, right?
Okay.
Healed itself, worked through it, was wearing earplugs, stopped wearing the earplugs. Pretty sure I fucked it up again. Not sure how bad it was.
Now,
but listen to this.
Wait,
right?
real quick. When you rupture an eardrum, what lets you know that you haven't?
Well,
ruptured?
I've done it before, so I can feel it. If you feel a little bit like fluid come out of your ear, and like you can hear, but it sounds really distorted.
Okay.
I've had something. I've had a what is it? The proper. I forget the proper term for it, but
perforated eardrum.
It wasn't the eardrum. It was just like. I was in Miami, you know. got
starts in Miami, doesn't it?
Got in the water, you know. Came back home to LA, and it was just like what? I had to go to the hospital, but it's kind of like gooey, kind of like
yeah.
inside.
Well, that's the first time I did was from the water.
Yeah,
and then it heals itself in like 2 weeks. Yeah. This time was from loud music, and I remember because I was listening to music like super loud in my car. I had just put this new system.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, it was real scary, and like I was hearing like this, and I thought one of the speakers was blowing. And it was my fucking eardrum.
Yeah.
So then it like was real painful. Any noise. Anyways, heals, wearing earplugs, stop wearing earplugs. I'm in the club and I'm like, the music's really bothering me, right? So I start wearing earplugs. The other night, a few weeks ago, it did it again. I don't think it did it as bad, but then I was doing research and it was saying about there's hairs in your.
You can't. We talked about this. You can't be on the internet doing your own medical research.
Well, let me just say what I'm saying. All right. So there's hairs in your ears, and when it's exposed to loud noises, it can basically like fuck up the hair cells. So they can go back to normal, but after a certain amount of time, they start not getting the same blood circulation as they were, so on, etc. So what my issue is now is that anytime I hear like not even loud noises, but like anything, like not even loud as a club. Like if I'm listening to the radio in my car, not in the lowrider, in my regular car, and it's like up past halfway, it'll start like hurting me. Like my ears will physically hurt.
Both of them?
Both of them. So now I have to listen to them with the music down, and I have to DJ. Even if I'm DJing like last night, I was at Bell, and like the system's not cranked that much. It's more of a chill party.
Yeah.
So like even for that, I have to have my earplugs in because otherwise it like physically hurts me.
So
I don't know how long this is gonna last.
It's like a crackling speaker kind of.
Not the crackling speaker, just like a piercing pain.
Is
Ooh, that's even worse.
WebMD emailing you with suggestions
No,
on what it might be?
This is not a WebMD thing. This is a fucking real fact. And it's fucked up because it's terrifying because for DJing, you have to be around loud music. I mean, no one's
For sure.
DJing at fucking voice volume.
I've had similar situations like that. Like my left ear.
Did you eventually, that's where mine is right now.
That was the one that was infected.
So
And
my
it's
right
it's
ear,
like never the same.
My right ear has always been a little bit more deaf. I think because I always had my headphone on my right ear, and because the headphone is so much louder
Blaring,
than the other
yeah.
system, I think that's why my right was always fucked up. But now my left is starting to like bother me. But I don't know. I'll put it this way. I'm not DJing without earplugs in. I don't give a fuck. Because like lot of times the bottle service girl like, you have earplugs in? Like, okay. I'm like, bitch, listen, you're 21. I've been doing this longer than you've been alive.
Have you looked into or tried like maybe getting your ears like cleaned and like
Well, I don't think it's that because I've been an audiologist before a few times.
Okay.
But I actually need to set another appointment because of this. But I don't think that the loud music would hurt my ears if they had. If anything, you want earwax in your ear
It
because
would
that
protect
protects
you.
your
Yeah.
eardrums.
I think we have an excess. People who are in the clubs a lot have an excess of earwax because I think your body is protecting your ear. by
Yeah.
doing
And that would make sense for why I can't
they
hear quiet noises. But that's not my problem.
Yeah.
My problem is my ears are becoming overly sensitive to loud music.
There is
loud
some-
sound in general.
There is something to be said about the loud music, though. It's you sort of need it. It's like
It gives you energy.
it's a vibe.
if you
I mean, for me at least.
like if it's too loud, it's no good. But there is like a fine line where it's
The pocket.
it's really loud. It's like obviously very loud, but it's not too loud.
If I could hear like the main system, my booth's not loud enough.
yeah, because
Like you know, like that difference, like that little like. There's like a weird subtle difference right there.
Also, I feel like if I can hear the crowd talking,
That's what
Yeah,
I mean.
it's
to be
Yeah, like
louder.
that.
Yeah.
you need like I've been there's a point in the night where I sort of switch over from staring like a zombie at my computer and watching the waveforms to mix to going straight to only mixing with my ears, even though I don't use headphones.
Yeah.
And like that's like the point that I want to achieve. Like when I'm in there, when
You're
I'm
in
in
your groove.
that zone, I'm in the fucking I'm in the moment. I'm listening to both records. I have no fear of train wrecking because I'm so confident that I know what I'm doing.
You're like
because
locked
I'm
in.
You're
the
locked-
moment. I'm
yeah.
locked in. And that loud music helps to get you there. Like you want to be trapped in the music.
You know what even helps?
I
me
agree,
more
I
than-
agree.
Than the loudness is 3 shots of tequila gets me right there.
That'll do it.
3
too.
shots of tequila and I'm locked in.
Unfortunately, and this whole like
3
thing-
shots or 3 bottles? I've seen you, bro. I've
Yeah,
seen
you're
you.
right.
Maybe a half bottle. We'll say a half bottle.
Yeah, you're
Good
right.
sweet spot.
But yeah, I mean, starting Sober October, I'm looking for new drugs to try and fucking get me through it. And when I say
Well, I think
drugs,
isn't the point of sober
well, when I
October
say
no
drugs, I'm trying to find like good things, like healthy things. Like I want to go do yoga and get hopefully like
okay.
addicted to that.
Yoga's
you know
a
what I mean?
drug. Yoga's a
And
drug.
I was thinking about the loud music. Like loud music is kind of a drug
for
if
sure.
you can get lost in it.
For sure it is. For
so
sure it is.
I'm
So you're gonna just
I might go
go
deaf. Or I might join you. I might rupture in October.
I have
after
a
October.
I have a bottle of earplugs in my backpack. You're welcome.
I used to. I actually wait. No, I do still keep a case of earplugs in my backpack.
honestly
just in case.
I've had the $250 fucking custom silicone ones
Oh,
with the
but
I
diaphragm.
got them right now.
I've had
tell you
those.
something.
Don't try and talk them down because I will argue till
No,
Well,
I think they have their purpose, like
they
their
do.
time and
They go
purpose.
hard.
But what I'm saying is, I could put those fucking 100 for $5.99 skin tone fucking little roll up joints in my ears and DJ just fine. I don't feel like I need the $250 ones. Plus, when I lose these ones, I don't give a fuck because they cost like 10 cents a piece.
What is DJing just fine though?
I mean, I can hear everything. I maybe I'm getting adjusted to it because I've been doing it every single night now.
Yeah.
But like I have no problem hearing the highs, hearing the lows, hearing the words. You know, getting in the groove.
What kind of headphones are they?
No, they're the
The little foam.
the little
joints
foam
that you
joints.
pinch and
You know,
put
they
in.
come in a
Oh,
jar
okay,
of like
yeah, I got you. Yeah,
100 of them or whatever.
the
But
ones like the construction workers throw in their ear and stuff.
yeah, kind of like that. I got them right here. I'll show you. But what I'm saying is like,
Since you're up, can you grab my drink?
LaCroix?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I can grab
take a look
it.
at these. I'll get them. Max 33 decibels.
That's the Amazon special right
if
there.
you use my code
You're right here,
right
Max.
now, I'm just kidding.
You could buy it right now for the 2 for $9.99. If
Tell
you
them
call
Dolo sent you.
call 1-800 Dolo.
No,
you,
but
sir.
seriously,
Well,
I've used the fucking the silicone ones, and for some reason these are like even more comfortable in my ear. I don't know because they're soft.
Yeah,
The
but
other
I
ones-
will say if you're like you said, when people see you in the club with earplugs and they kind of make fun of you, I've gotten that too. The silicone ones kind of
They're like, okay, this guy means business.
Yeah, they're like, wait, is that an ear? Like that looks professional.
That's an in-ear monitor,
Yeah,
baby.
that's
this
like-
guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll end up getting another set, but for right now, these do me good.
All right, so let's get back to the timeline here. You're starting to DJ
Late
and-
90s, early 2000s.
No, this is like early 2000s.
and you're in LA, right? Because I got a story that I don't even know if I told you this story, but like one of the first times I hung out with Chris Villa was not long after I had met you in Chicago through Jesse Seeley, which was even before me and you started hanging out. This was probably 2014
This is
or
back
15.
when you were sober.
This was like probably the first shot of Jameson I ever took. You were there at Bull and Bear.
It's all your
Am I-
fucking fault.
No,
bro.
back then I was drinking a lot of Jameson. Back then, I'm on.
So was Jesse.
Yeah. Oh, I remember Jesse. That's all. He's pretty sure his blood is Jameson.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, or Crown Royal.
Yeah.
Loves Crown.
Yeah.
Loved.
Okay, so you want to talk about that story first, or you want to get back to?
Well, yeah. Let me tell you. So I'm with Chris Villa in Arizona, like scratching records and shit, and my boy DJ Tycoon like set us up, hooked us up. We're all linked up, and we're just shooting the shit. And I think I was telling him like, oh yeah, I met Primetime, and he was like, bro, you want to know when I first met that dude? I went out to LA.
I know
with
a
Jay
story.
Espinoza.
I know a story. He loves telling this fucking story. What's up, Chris? Shout out Chris Villa one time.
And he was like,
Peace.
we were leaving the club, and this dude came out and was like, yo, Jay Espinoza, Chris Villa, whatever, I'm Primetime. Like, you're going to know my fucking name. I'm coming up, like this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then you fucking did, right? You know?
Chris loves telling the story. I'm not sure. True story, by the way. True story. All facts.
I know that overly aggressive energy. And
Yes,
I had a
yes,
similar
yes.
thing when I was a kid coming up selling mixtapes, and I would go into like these mixtape shops, and I was like this white kid selling these Screwed and Shop mixtapes, and they would look at me like, what the fuck? I'm back. No, but y'all don't get it. I'm gonna fucking be the coldest motherfucker doing this. And this is like 6 months into
I was-
DJing. I'm like making like
I was-
Acid Pro mixtapes.
I was like, that's like, I think my first like solid year just like DJing, like coming up like in the club scene.
Yeah. It's like
Probably
that
like
Kanye shit.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%. I was 21, not even 22 yet. Maybe.
Honestly, you know what? I think
Maybe
it
just
comes
turned
from?
22,
For
maybe.
me, where it came from, that feeling was probably fear. It was probably not fear of them, but just like being anxious. Like,
Nah, I think for me it was
feeling
more like
uncomfortable.
I could taste it.
Yeah.
Like I was just more like I'm almost there. I could fucking taste it.
I'm
just had to
I'm
let
being
them
Then like
I'm
there-
trying to be
then I'm just like because where it happened was this was like in San Francisco on Broadway, and I haven't been back in years, but at that time it was kind of like how Washington is here.
Okay.
So it was just clubs, bars and stuff. And I was coming out of one club, and they're coming out of one club, and it was just like one of those things where we're like,
Wait, what year
we
was
just
this?
this had to be 2008.
Okay.
Like yeah, either late 2007 or early 2008. So
You were starting to break into the club scene.
yeah, I was just getting on.
Were
Just
you
getting
lit
on.
at this moment?
Was I lit?
Yeah.
Like drinking lit?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely for sure.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
100%.
Yeah.
No, I was sober. It was like sun was out.
Well, that
it was like
my
12
situation
noon.
when I'm telling people like this. I was like, no, fuck that.
No, it was like 2:30 in the morning. Like for sure.
That's
Like
fair. Hey, and it was an effective tool for them to know who you were.
yeah, I guess it worked.
It worked.
I guess.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because I mean, I
Now
just
he tells
fucking
the story.
told the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a legendary story.
Yeah.
and it only works because you did climb up and
For sure.
make
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It wouldn't
know what I
hit
mean?
the same if you were a cement finisher.
Yeah, I think the last time I heard Chris Villa tell that story, where I was in Mexico with him, and he was like, "Nah, but listen, I love telling the story because like you've done so much afterwards, you know."
Yeah,
Because Chris is a cool guy. Like he's
No,
not.
it's cool as a motherfucker.
If he doesn't like you, he's not gonna tell you. But if he likes you, he's gonna tell you what's up.
That's dope.
Yeah,
If he likes you, he's gonna tell you his primetime story.
pretty much. Yeah, And if I'm around or my name comes up, he's like, "Oh, speaking of which, I have a great story. Everybody listen." That's literally what he does. I've seen him.
Yeah.
I've seen him do it many times. He loves that fucking story.
Yeah, it's great.
He should put that story on the back of his shirt. So
Shouts to Chris Villa. All right, so let's move along. You proclaiming your stardom on the streets of San Francisco. How do you
actually,
get in with DJ City?
Was this what?
So let's rewind a little bit though.
All right.
So I started DJing in high school. Then
This is back in LA, right?
So I actually left LA sophomore year.
Okay.
And went to Northern California to finish high school up
Bay
there.
Area or?
This was like in Sacramento.
Okay.
And so my mom got like a crazy job opportunity, couldn't pass it. So we moved, pack up our stuff, moved it up north.
How did that feel being from SoCal to have to go to? I feel like that would suck, right? Because like to me, I would, if I was to go to California, I'd want to go where the weather's nice.
It did, but it didn't. For a few reasons. I did have family up there.
Oh, okay.
So like that helped the transition. Then at the time I was like really into like playing football. Like, oh, I want to go to like play football. Like it was like that's
football
what
bigger in Northern California then?
I wouldn't say bigger, but the school I transferred to was like tenfold better school.
Oh, okay.
Like a whole. They already won like state champions.
Okay,
Like
gotcha.
they were like a whole program.
That's dope.
So that part was cool for me. Like experiencing that and being a part of that. That was dope. Like a few of the guys I played with went pro. Like half the team got full rides, like to like big, establishing football schools, things like that. So that part was dope. But then at that time, I was realizing like all the school dances, like these dances suck. Like I don't know, like because like in LA the dances were dope. Like you could like get down.
Okay.
But then I was like,
seized an opportunity.
I was like, yo, I'm not really feeling this. So we graduated like high school, and I started my own club, like an 18 under club.
Okay.
So I start that.
Wait, 18 and under?
Yeah, like so like for high school students. So between like 14 to 18-year-olds.
And when you say you started a club, like what, like in your garage? Like
Nah, so like I went out and like rented a venue. It started off like me and like 4 of my friends.
That's dope.
So like that's how it started. Then we rented a venue and basically like just kind of put the word out and try to like
When is this? Early 2000s?
This is at this time. This is 2000 and 2004.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and we're basically like telling like our old high school friends or people we know a little younger, like, yo, check out what we're doing, come through. And we're just charging at the door type stuff.
Yeah.
Then like we had like, I had private security outside. Then I'd have like my old football homies do like security inside. Then
dope.
I was
a nice little community.
Then like, yeah, then like eventually got,
And where are you making money? Off the door? You're charging people to get in?
all the door and like I used to go to Costco and get like
Selling
500 Gatorades and 500 waters.
Juice boxes?
Pretty much.
That's
bro.
what they call them, juice boxes.
Yeah, pretty much. Like like $3 a pop for water or Gatorade, whatever it was.
Bro.
So just hustling doing that, but then it actually ended up working out well because little by little it wasn't really popping off. And like I said, I had like 4 different partners, like my friends, and everyone wanted to do it a different way. And I was like, nah, we gotta do it this way. Trust me, it'll work if we do it this way. So eventually they all kind of like one by one kind of like fell out. They weren't as serious as I was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then I literally just like, okay, now it's on me. So I like designed the flyer. That was the time like you could like go get like 5,000 flyers from like some place in Miami.
Yeah.
And they would like send it to you.
Probably Mono's best.
You probably. So like I did that. Went to like 25 high schools. I made a whole list of like 25 high schools and went on my own. Just was getting like ran off school grounds. Like, hey, can't be here, and like just putting flyers on all the cars in the parking lot. Then like made a little money. Then the little money I got, I eventually ended up getting like a radio commercial. Then I hired like the radio DJ.
Come on, bro.
Did
You
it-
brought radio time?
Yeah,
Well, that's the only way.
What a legend.
Internet,
Yeah.
right?
How
Yeah.
old are you at this point?
18, just graduated high school.
Nice.
So I was like, then I hired the DJ from the radio. He was the one that was like, hey,
So at the time you were like, you were DJing or you were more just on the promotion side?
Business.
no, just on the business like promotion
Okay.
side. I wasn't even DJing because I wanted. I was like, I knew I couldn't DJ because I didn't trust anyone running the money at the door really
Right.
or collecting. So I had my mom collect the money.
Fuck it.
I was like the only person I really like trusted. I was like, I don't trust because it was all cash.
Yeah.
There was like, what I mean? Oh, I did at the time. I did have a website. I forgot. So I was selling a few like pre-sale tickets, but for the most part, like 90% of people were paying at the door.
At what point did you shift gears from the promote? Because it seems like it was pretty successful for you. You were working.
It lasted like a solid six months like on my own until like I got shut down by the city.
Ooh. Need some permits you didn't have or what?
Yeah. So long story short, I had like a Halloween contest, like a cash prize contest.
Yeah.
And when we were doing like the contest, everybody was like towards the front, towards the stage. Well, even like since the majority of people were towards the front, so was security. So a fight broke out with some two girls. These two girls were beating on another girl in the back, and by the time it got broken up, it was already kind of bad. Well, the girl who got beat up, her dad was a sheriff.
Ooh.
And her uncle was a judge.
Ooh.
So it was just like by the following week, the venue was like, we can no longer do like work with you. Then like I got like a notice from like the city, like suspending my business license. And I was like,
Reminds me of a time that Strategy put a sticker on a tits of an alderman's daughter. Do you remember that Strategy? We almost got the club shut down.
That?
I think I heard something. I think
On an alderman's daughter?
Yeah.
Who in? No.
watch. It's gonna come back.
It wasn't the alderman's daughter. It was someone's.
It was like
daughter,
his niece.
But the alderman was not happy.
I'm telling you, it was somebody related to the alderman. Somehow she was related to the alderman. And
How
this
about
young lady.
How about let me take you even further back to Rosemont when our boy who lived in his mother's basement for half of his career put a sticker on some girl.
That boy.
And she called the police.
Yeah.
For a sticker.
Yeah. Well,
Where'd they put the sticker?
On her titty.
On her tits.
But she took out her, like, it was like in the height of, it was in the beginning of like the Me Too bubbling.
Yeah, but that was also the reason why Strategy never put the sticker on him. He always gave them the sticker.
After that, yeah.
I think before that, you were
before that, I would put it on, and
Okay.
then that happened, and I was like, "Oh, okay,
Nah.
you're putting this
Yeah.
on. Like, I'll fucking film it, but you're doing everything."
For sure. Smart.
No,
move.
yeah.
So, anyways, back to the kitty club. Shut it down, and then you're like,
Shut down.
well, what am I gonna do for money?
Yeah, so at the time, my friends back from LA, they're already going to school in San Francisco. And right before all that stuff happened, one of my buddies come and visit me because they're only like maybe an hour and a half from me. He came and visited me. He's like, man, this is cool what you got going here, but like, you should come to San Francisco. Like, you should probably do it in San Francisco or, you know, just come there. So I eventually was able to do like a last minute transfer and transfer like San Francisco State. And started going there. And then that's when things like, I was like, all right, when I brought my DJ gear. And by that time I had 2 turntables, of course.
Right.
You know
So San Fran, you would say that's your core DJ.
I started, yeah, like
Okay.
like everything, like my fundamentals, everything was like in San Francisco.
That's
for sure. Yeah. So,
Did you know Risk One?
yeah, I did know him.
Was the homie?
Yeah, I can't say like we were like good friends and things like that. But no, we were definitely, we saw each other more than like every week for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, because he used to do this, we both used to like share time at this this brunch party. So I used to see him quite often. Man, RIP. Risk One, yeah.
man, Risk
Cool,
One.
real cool, talented
Real
guy
cool,
too.
real
Talented guy.
Yeah.
So at that time, so I go to San Francisco. Like, I don't know, I just got my friends from LA. We're vibing, we're cool. I'm just trying to like figure it out. And at that time, I meet a mutual friend of ours with me, my friends from LA. He was telling me like, hey man, you DJ, you should meet my buddy. He's like an artist. He's like a rap artist. I was like, oh yeah, for sure. Long story short, months later, we finally go down to Oakland and go check him out performing. And long story short, I started DJing for this artist. Then that's when things took off too. So
on that network.
yeah,
Who was the artist?
he went by the name of D Wills.
D Wills. Okay.
Yeah. Then I don't know if you guys heard of like KML. It's like the number one, if not like the biggest well-known hip hop station in the Bay Area.
Okay.
So
I've never been.
Dolo's a big E40 guy.
I do fuck with E40.
Huge
Yeah.
E40 guy. He actually doesn't even play Big Sean's
RBL
verse.
Posse.
On I Don't Fuck With You, he only plays E40's verse.
you just cut right in.
He's bullshit. No one plays that verse.
That verse
grew
has
up on
not
E40.
gotten one play ever.
Unless you're like in the bathroom and didn't get back to change the record in time. No, but like honestly, I fuck with E40, but like old E40, like
Oh, yeah,
One
yeah.
Love, Hurricane.
Oh yeah, One Love's
that kind of shit.
One Love's hard. Yeah.
That's my shit. RBL Posse, Drew Down. I fuck with the Bay Area shit. I'm not too big on the
Show him your
the
thiz
thiz,
face.
the thiz and all that. It's just not my thing.
Oh,
You got a thiz
Oh,
face?
so when I was out there, like 2006 era, that whole hyphy movement was going on. I was in the middle of all of it, bro. I was like,
I kind of like Keek the Stink though. He's dope.
oh, I've done a show with Kick the Sneak. That fool was crazy.
Is he?
Yeah, he talks just like he raps.
So, yeah.
Yeah. What's up, man? What's up? Yeah, good to meet you. Yeah. Like he's just
crazy,
bro,
like a
like
lizard,
so
bro.
that's not like that's not like a thing like he puts on like a gimmick or anything.
That's
That's just
him.
that's who he is.
That's what's up.
But that's like the beauty of
Hell
it too.
yeah. All right, hold on. I have so many questions about you operating and starting your own website and all that. So we gotta get to that. So
Okay.
we gotta bridge the gap.
So boom, fast forward. After San Francisco, I moved back to LA
Okay.
and moved back to
What
LA.
year are we talking?
The end of 2011.
Okay.
End of 2011.
What a great time.
I'm out there. I'm trying to get back. I know a few promoters. I was DJing out there a few times before I moved
This
back.
is right before the EDM bubble right, probably as it's brewing, right?
This is as it's brewing. Yeah,
And-
it's like it's there.
And at this point, are you in the edit game? Are you making your own?
Yeah. I've been in the edit game for about 2 years now.
Okay.
About 2.5 years now, like going hard on the edits. So I'm back in LA and I reach out to just everyone, like let them know, yo, I'm out here, like let's connect. I'm just trying to get on DJing. I'm trying to do whatever. I knew some people at DJ City, so I reached out to them, and they're like, oh yeah, let's see what's up. Then I actually got hired as DJ City as like a graphic artist and fired before I was hired on as an editor.
Nice.
Okay, wait. So when you get hired, because me and Dolo were talking about this the other day, I said it's like a viable option in DJing to be like a Tall Boys or a Primetime or a DeVille or someone who just makes edits. Like you can make good money off that, right? Or do the record pools or is it like artists versus Spotify where they're like they don't pay us enough?
Before he says, I just want to. My argument, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, is that it doesn't pay like it did with the Crooklyn Clan days, where you're getting paid off your specific downloads because they have to pay 10 different.
Yeah, I think what it comes down to, and like right now in today's time, is more about like the exclusivity of it. Like if you're just making edits and all your edits are going to like multiple record pools, you're either doing it for free or getting paid very little. But if you're signed to like a record pool that, like where you're exclusive to them,
Yeah.
then and depending of the caliber of your work and your name, it's going to depend on your pay too.
So everyone kind of has their own deal then.
Yeah, not
Okay.
I wouldn't say there's like a flat rate
Okay.
like for everybody.
How many bootleg packs to any up and coming DJ editor that's watching right now? How many bootleg packs do you think they have to put out until they catch the eyes of DJ City or Club Killers? Shout out to Club Killers.
It could be as little as 1 or it could be 10. It just
Okay,
depends.
there's no like.
It just depends on how that pack moves. You know, like someone puts out a dope pack and it gets in the right hands and just starts spreading like wildfire, the people are going to take notice.
Yeah.
And also you kind of, as like an editor, you have your own style, right? Like what would your style be like? What do you focus on? Some people just do intros, some people do hype edits, some people do like the mashups, the mix it for you type shit. Like
I'm probably better known for like a hype edit type editor for
Okay.
sure, I would say. Just because I think in the past I've done a lot of those. Like I think that's all I did at one time.
that's
hype
your shit.
edits.
Like you can curate energy. You understand if you're sitting in front of a computer making something, you can translate it in your head to how it's gonna affect a crowd full of people when a DJ plays the track.
Yeah, my goal is to make it just more club friendly or more vibe friendly.
Yeah.
Like how can I take this specific track? How can I make it better for DJs?
Well, let
or
me
really
ask you-
better for me. I mean, that's how I approach all my stuff. Like I'm not gonna make something just to make it because it's like a hot track. I'm only making stuff like I'm actually playing on my set.
Okay.
So, and that's always worked for me.
What's okay? Because I'm kind of hot and cold with the whole hype edit thing. All right.
Yeah,
Some of them
some
I like.
it's not for everybody.
Some of them I like. I wouldn't like. There's a reggaeton guy, DJ L, I think his name is. Have you heard of him? He does like edits and he has hype edits that are like cool because they kind of like it'll be like a chant of something and it'll like go into a track. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't like overdo it. And then there's the ones that are just like Fat Man Scoop saying the same thing and like the same DJ Cool sample, and it's just like it almost feels cringy. Some of them.
Well, I think some of those are just.
Do you think they're
You could
not
just
trying those people?
I wouldn't say they're not trying. I think a better way to understand it was just they might just be new to the game.
Okay.
There might be just like that's those are the only type of acapellas or hype
That they have access to.
hype tools they have access to.
Yeah.
So they don't. Because I used to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Then once I started, okay, I'm tired of doing this. I started searching for other tools to use to make it hype.
What kind of tools do you like to use outside of a Fat Man Scoop or DJ Cool? Give me an example.
Oh, I mean, every new song I listen to, like in the back of my head, I'm thinking like I'll catch little phrases from words, then I'll find the acapella or I'll make the acapella. Anything that's like, my mind just thinks that way. Where like, oh, I'll catch like a piece.
So you're
and I can use
sampling
that.
other records.
Yeah. Like Tyga's always people like Tyga are like I don't know, OG.
Are you redrumming
Genesis.
these two, or is it pretty much just the hype edit?
I used to do a lot of redrum, but at this point, if I'm doing a redrum, I'd rather just rebuild the whole beat
Yeah.
because it sounds better.
Yeah.
I don't like redrums personally anymore.
There are some redrums. Okay, so like I always felt Gigamesh did dope redrums because it was like subtle.
I haven't heard that name in a while, but yeah, I know what
and
you
you
mean.
couldn't even like tell that it was a redrum. It just almost sonically was a bigger track. You know what I'm saying? But like he would put a kick behind it and like
Yeah, I mean, there's a way to.
situate this. You know what I'm saying? And then there's people, and I'm not gonna say any names, that
Drop
make
a name.
redrums
Drop a name.
that just take a loop pack and just throw it on top of something, and it's like, or they just fucking put the cool beat over
And it just sounds like from a trained ear, it could be like, oh, it just
yeah,
sounds
it doesn't
muddy.
even like they should
Yeah.
or these shouldn't even be together like this.
Yeah, it's not in key or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I was gonna say like the toms are not toned.
yeah, but that just comes from like years of working, or if you have a musical background.
Yeah.
Or because I used to do the same thing, but that's how you learn though. You just
Yeah,
got
that's
to
true.
you got to make mistakes.
That's true.
So you work for DJ City, and then I don't know if you want to get into whatever happened. If you want to, go ahead. If not, skip it. But you then leave and you start your own company, right? And I got to imagine that
Ruffled some feathers.
It probably ruffled some feathers, but it comes from, obviously you're a business-minded dude. Before you were DJing, you were throwing your own parties, hiring security, buying inventory and selling it, all this shit. So I got to imagine you were like, I'm providing these guys with the shit that they're selling, and why wouldn't I just sell it on my own? Like, that's my shit.
and
I love that. I love that mindset.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah, and that's kind of like how like I was like raised to like cut the middleman, like do it yourself and make it better type thing. But like I think after DJ City, it was more like being with DJ City, I was able to travel and do other things, like go to other markets and meet other DJs. And I noticed
Huge network.
Yeah, huge network. But what I noticed was how many people would come up to me and like tell me like my stuff's in their library. So after leaving the show, I was like, man, like I know my name's out there. How do I get my name to like? How do I direct this straight to me now?
Yeah.
And not to like another record pool. Yeah. And surprisingly, like you said, it must like you guys said, ruffle some feathers. I think it did at first, but then towards the end, I actually got hit up by a lot of people. Like, they were like, wow, man, like this is dope what you're doing. Like this is really cool.
Yeah.
So you did this pre-Patreon.
Oh yeah,
transformation
way before Patreon.
Yeah, you got your own website. You're not like through a third party like
no, yeah. So like
you're just primetime.com.
I think Patreon was like, it's not like I think Patreon was around, but at the time DJs weren't selling their edits on Patreon like they are now.
because I feel like a lot of guys that had exclusive contracts now have Patreons.
Yeah, so like
I subscribe to Danny Diggs.
I think Patreon is cool. It lets you do that. I think it's dope. But the only thing I don't like about it business wise is they take a cut from you, and like so there's still like a middleman, and all your music is uploaded to their server. So if they get shut down for some reason or anything else, it's kind of like SoundCloud.
Yeah,
if your stuff's gone, you're shut down too.
Yeah. So you're doing it in the best way possible. You are as free as possible.
Yeah, I'm as free. I'm operating as independent as free as possible. I'm still working with some of the labels still, and doing things like that.
Yeah, because yours isn't just bootleg, but it's like a whole.
So like
site
my website, yeah. So it's most. I like to think of it. It's not a record pool at all. I tell people all the time, it's like it's not like a DJ Primetime record pool. You're not gonna find a bunch of singles from like a weekly, like weekly stuff from like Chris Brown dropped a new thing or whatever. These are just strictly edits that I make. That I'm gonna play. Like I said, I'm playing my own sets.
Yeah.
So these are all just so it's all DJ edits. That's like one side of the website. Then the other side is like this thing I created was producer tools.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Big.
About.
Those are like
that is probably
Yeah.
the most enticing thing about your site to me is that like you'll put out a horn pack or you'll put out like kick drum packs or explode or whatever.
Yo,
Like, because those are fucking hard, and not only hard to find. Let's say you could download a torrent, but well, maybe not
the
now.
quality of
back
it,
when
too.
you could.
Yeah.
But then you got to go through fucking 5,000 shitty fucking missiles before you find one explosion that sounds.
You're doing the work for
You know what
us.
I'm saying? You're getting the
Yeah.
best stuff.
Work.
You're remastering it. You're making it better sound quality than something you would have downloaded in MP3 format from a fucking Jamaican website.
I'm creating like like I said, like at the end of the day, it's the same format as I do my edits. Like I'm not gonna make anything that I wouldn't use myself. So like I'm making these horns and stuff how either a DJ would make it or how I would use it in one of my productions.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: what is the business model of PRIMETYME.com? You're releasing what and how often? Like
So-
how many edits a week, or like how's it set up? A month?
When I first like started, I was like trying to just put as much, like just flood the streets.
Yeah.
Just put as much. Now, like especially with like this last year, I feel it's more based on like the quality of the music being put out. And I feel like, I don't know, you guys may agree or disagree, but I feel like this last year, there hasn't been that much great music out
Nope.
at all.
I mean, Cutswell said it best when I was with him. He said that like the top 5 artists of all the music that we ever play dropped albums this year, and we don't have any songs to play off of their albums.
Yeah.
Like I'm definitely like quality over quantity.
Why? Let's talk about that for a second. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because it's not like people are like, "Oh, Drake sucks. I don't want to listen to Drake." It's like nobody. Beyonce's album sucked. Drake's album sucked. DJ Khaled's album sucked. Fucking nobody's put out a decent body of work. Not even a decent body. Nobody's even put out a decent single. I'm forced to try and play Glorilla's new single, which is fucking horrible. And it's not that I don't like Glorilla. I think that
I kind of like the
not that. Have you heard her new one, Cardi B?
Oh, Tomorrow, yeah, it's not
Fucking trash.
Like-
Let's not fucking joke.
like I made an edit of a Cardi B only edit because I think it sounds like because once Cardi B comes in, it sounds like a
That's
Cardi
my
B
key
single.
point. That's actually my red one Q point is on Cardi B.
There you go.
Because I cannot stand Glorilla. She sounds like she's fucking throwing up.
Now, how do you feel about Ice Spice?
Ice Spice? Well, let me tell you something.
Let
I've
me
jerked
hear
off
it.
to her a few times. All right?
Okay, hey, you know,
Normally on mute.
I'm not really feeling like that. Like the Cabbage Patch
You
hair.
thought you was feeling her?
You thought I was feeling you? No, I'm not really feeling like the Cabbage Patch hair thing. But
That ass.
But no.
That ass.
Have you seen her with like the straight hair?
I don't even look at her head. I'm looking at her ass. That's it.
Oh yeah, she got a fatty for sure.
She got a fatty. And it's funny when you watch her like crowd when she's like performing, no one moves, and then she like bends over and does that like ass shake.
Apparently-
and I was like, yeah.
A video just came out. I guess she was in.
I saw
she was
that
in Houston.
last
Yeah,
night.
I didn't even know she was out here. But I guess
Yeah,
she
I
was in
didn't
Hu-
either.
Like
I gotta imagine that's a
but
little bit out of our wheelhouse.
I'm not.
No New York shit out here works.
I was just about to
Not
say
even
that.
like,
I was just about to
still
say
play
that.
it. I'll
A little
play
Pop
Jay-Z.
Smoke. A
I'll
little
play
Pop Smoke.
fucking Jay-Z public service announcement. I'll get a
Oh, yeah,
small
they don't wanna-
little pop. But they don't fuck with East Coast shit out here.
Nah, but specifically drill. Drill's slow. It's like real slow here.
They'll like some of the Chief Keef shit, but not the New York drill shit.
Yeah, but
I'll play.
But
Bobby
Chief Keef's
Shmurda,
like, but Chief Keef's like that. I feel like Detroit, Chicago stuff works here,
yeah,
but not New York.
no,
Yeah.
which is weird because in Chicago, New York shit works. People love it,
Yeah,
but we're in the South.
like LA, like drill works.
You know
New
what
York
doesn't
works.
work
Are in the South.
in
It's-
New York
and
It's different.
is some of the South music. So I guess it's to some degree it's even with the internet bringing us closer together that you can't.
The internet is definitely
So
separating.
do you guys think
For
Ice
sure.
Spice is here to stay, or
Fuck no.
or her
Listen,
15
let me
minutes
tell
is
you-
up? She's gone.
Let me tell you something, okay? Because I've done a lot of thinking about this Ice Spice, and not just sexually. All right, when I first caught wind of her, it was probably like 2 months ago, right?
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was when she had just dropped that, and there was like some fucking report that I read. It was like, 5 new female rappers to look for. And I'm looking through, and I'm like, Ice Spice. What the fuck kind of name is that? I'm like, let me see it though. So I watched it, and then again, audibly, not sexually, I was kind of intrigued too. I was like, okay, this is different. Her flow is annoying, but like it's different. So like I want to hear it. And I
Different,
listened
yeah.
to some of her other songs.
Different's not always good, but I know what you mean.
And I listened to some of her other songs, and like the one where she like samples "Clarity" by Zed.
yeah.
Yeah, but like here's the thing.
It's not. I wouldn't even call it a sample. They just literally have it playing in the background
Yeah,
and
with
added
the words.
added a beat on it. Like
Yeah.
they didn't even like flip it.
Here's what I hate the most about Ice Spice though, is her lack of energy. And it's like I thought that was like just her like way of like spitting her flow, but then I watched like her like performing it,
Her
and
stage
she
presence?
she looks so uncomfortable when she talks.
I just think that's because like she's new to it.
No, I think that she's like one of those people who's like fucking like the equivalent of emo. You know what I'm saying? To hip hop culture would be like she's just like awkward and like she's like because like they'll be like, oh yeah, you know it's and she'll be like, you thought I was feeling you? Like her fucking her presence
that could be
makes me want to punch a fucking drywall.
That could be a generation thing because like we come like I feel like type of or like we're used to like getting hype, busted rhymes, like make me this crazy stuff. Like we can like,
set it off.
A show's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But so I know what you mean when you say like the emo type thing, where like nowadays shows are a little different with the younger generation.
Yeah, they want that fucking crybaby fucking TikTok shit.
Yeah.
God damn it! I'm fucking old and I'm mad.
He's pissed. Don't say TikTok in front of Dolo.
All right, so
wait. We're talking about the South and East Coast and all this and that. I need to get a perspective from the newest DJ resident of Houston, Texas.
What's your opinion
perspective on what? On Houston?
Just
on the
introductory level perspective.
When I my first even now sometimes I'm still like, yo, what is this? I'm still hearing songs I've never heard before in my life. But like my first few weeks here, like month, I was like just trying to soak up the game.
Yeah, but do you feel like?
How do you really feel?
But do you feel like maybe the people are just a little operating at a slower level than normal? Do you feel like when you go to Chipotle, it's just it takes a little bit longer?
Yeah, we're not even talking about nightlife. We're just talking about the.
You mean just slower? I think it's just like you mean like a sense of urgency type? What do you mean?
Well, there's a couple things working here.
We're talking
slow is it's sense of urgency, but also maybe how well the gears in the mind are.
We like to call them Cajuns.
Cajun is a good description.
What the fuck? Ask me a direct ass question because I don't know.
Do you think the people in Texas are stupid or not?
No, I don't think they're stupid. No.
Okay, strategy, you fucking asshole.
I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
We're Northerners.
It's just a little slow here. It's a little slow.
I've
leisurely and it's cute a little bit, but it's just,
I would say a little leisurely, but I think it's just a different market. It's like the sense of urgency is a little different. Like coming from LA, like there's always like something moving.
What's the new hot thing?
Chicago, like it's the same thing. But Houston, like I feel like it's a lot faster than some other places in Texas.
Well, I haven't been to too many other places in Texas, but let me tell you.
Maybe fucking,
No, I mean,
I'm definitely happier here than Austin.
As I'm here, I'm happy here. I can't really say anything.
Well, obviously, we wouldn't be here if we weren't.
Houston definitely has its pros.
Strategy, shut the fuck up. You own a home in Chicago. Don't fucking play like you hate this place.
Houston definitely has like its pros and cons.
Listen, I fuck with Houston too, but I'm not gonna lie. I've noticed a difference in the motor working skills of people here.
They just operate at a different level. Like I'm joking and calling them slow and this and that, but the reality is I have a lot of trouble connecting with people here. Like we are not on the same page.
Yeah. So it's not. We're not talking IQ
and whatever that may be. I don't know what it is. I'm still trying to figure it out. But like, I just like there's something about the people here that's so different from where I come from that I have trouble connecting with them.
You know what I think that could be, and this just dawned on me when we were talking about the generational thing with music and where it's at right now. And we like to hype shit and turn up and everything, and they're kind of more on a slow ride wave kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What if it's just a generational gap that you're starting to notice now at this age? And
it could be.
You think it's because you're in Houston, but really it's just...
You want to hear a generational gap thing? This last week. I'm in the club, I'm DJing, and I'm like mid transition, right? I'm transitioning 2 songs, and this girl says, hey, she was behind me for a minute, but she's like, hey, what time is it? And it was a perfect cue to like drop, just like hit a fucking primetime tag, right? But no, I was like, no.
Primetime, bitch.
Boom.
But I was like, no, just show. So I showed her I put out my watch like so she could see the time, and she's like, what? And like, boom, I mix the songs, and she's like, what is that? I'm like, what? I'm like, what is what? And she's like, that. I'm like, in my arm, so I'm like, oh, my watch. She's like, no, like, what the fuck? I don't know. I can't read that shit. And I'm like, the first thing that fired through my brain was like, bitch, get out of my booth. I can't right now.
This is what I'm talking about.
But she didn't know how to. But
talking about.
But she didn't know how to read like a clock with Roman
Don't
numerals.
read either.
Man, I don't know, man. You have a point.
They
I
can't
don't know.
read watches. They can't
But-
write cursive.
so, but
They're
to go back-
fucking
That's exactly what I
hopeless.
was
To go back,
alluring to her before.
she's I believe she's.
alluding to.
But to go back to the generational thing, I think she's 23, 22, 23.
She,
So-
I don't care how old you are. You should be able to tell time on a fucking watch.
So I
and listen, this coming from a guy that has trouble with it. It's
Yeah.
gonna take me a couple extra seconds, but I could fucking do it.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I was like my head like I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow.
That's crazy.
This is
I can't chalk that up as generational. That has to be geographical.
you
I
know
can't
what?
Chalk that up. I can't be like, oh, she's 24, she can't read a watch.
I have something that kind of fits that. I was wanting to tell you guys.
Yeah, what happened to you on Wednesday night?
Something happened to me.
Yeah, I heard something happened, bro.
Yeah.
Are you
so,
okay?
I'm okay.
We need to call anyone right now.
I'm all right now. Don't leave any sharp objects around me. But something happened to me Wednesday night.
Let's talk about it.
So I'm working, right? It's about 9:45 or no, 10:45 in the evening. I'm DJing Bottle Blonde. Gay Ray is doing the lights. You know,
He's a light man now?
I mean,
too?
he's doing anything.
If he's fucking there when I show up today, bro,
you know he is.
I mean, like, what? What the fuck?
Listen.
Let's not talk about
What happened to
Here's- hold on.
what happened to Thomas?
Thomas doesn't work Wednesday nights.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is Wednesday. That's
It's a
right.
Wednesday
Okay,
night,
okay.
right. So he's running the lights. He's got the iPad doing the lights, and you can airdrop to that iPad. So just so you know, in case you ever want to airdrop a picture of your dick to a girl holding the iPad, you can airdrop to the iPad and Bottle Blonde. It's open, whatever. So he clicks on the pop up for it, and it pops up a picture. And we just assumed that it was like the wrong send because it didn't make any sense. It was like a picture of like. It was no context. It didn't say anything on it. It was just like a picture of two heads. It was like one of like a bald guy and then one with a guy who had regenerative hair transplant or whatever. You know, just had like the white outline, whatever. So go on about the evening. Everything's fine. It's actually a good night, good energy. I'm a little saucy. I'm up there DJing. A couple of the homies are up there with me. Some young lady comes up and I'm thinking she wants a request.
I'm trying to think where this is going.
You know, so
I'm
so
excited.
She walks up to me, and then she goes, and I go, "Oh, what's up? You have a request? What do you want to hear?" And I'm just, I'm in the mood where I'm gonna play a request. I don't care, right?
Yeah,
so
sometimes you're just feeling good.
exactly. So I lean into it a little bit, and she's like, "Oh no," she's like, "I don't want to offend you," and I'm like, "No, you're not gonna offend me. I'll take a request. I don't give a shit. You know, what's up? What's up?" And she goes, and so she gets out her phone, and I'm thinking she's going to show me her request.
Yeah.
She shows me her phone, and it's the fucking image that was on the iPad.
Okay.
She's like, I do this for a living. And I go, are you trying to say that I'm fucking bald and that I need regenerative hair transplant? I was like, did you airdrop this? She's like, yeah. She's like, I didn't want to be rude. I just wanted to show you. And I go, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, first of all, if I needed a hair transplant, I'd be the first to make fun of myself. Or this guy right here would 100,000% be roasted on a daily basis with no problem. And then I'm like, get the fuck out of here. She's like, no, I didn't want to be rude. Let me just give you my card. She's still pushing this.
Wait, but what is she? Did she give you like was she like, oh, I see your shit's going bad here? Because like your shit looks fine.
That's
Coming
what
from
I'm
a
Yeah, I'm looking at your like
That's
right
what I'm
now.
saying. That's what fucking blew my mind. And she goes, just let me give you my card, please. This is what I do for a living. And I was like, get the fuck out of my DJ voice. She's like, no, I like you. I follow you on Instagram. She's like, I fuck with you. She's like, I'm trying to help you. And I'm like, get the fuck out of my booth. Bro, I about had a fucking brain aneurysm trying to figure out why someone would do this.
God damn.
And I was like, all right. So this is what I came up with because I might have Asperger's syndrome. I think about these things way too much, right? So I'm like, it's blowing my mind. I'm like, why the fuck would she do that? I'm like, did somebody put her up to this? Did somebody put her
So
up
you're
to
still
this?
DJing though. You're still
Yeah,
thinking,
I'm
you're thinking
DJing
about
this
all
in my head.
Way to fucking ruin. Hey, literally, if you just want to ruin someone's
Just
night,
fucking kick me in the dick next time, please. Jesus Christ, right? And I'm like, but she like had so much gall when she was up. For someone who was so soft spoken, she like wouldn't get the fuck out of the DJ booth. I'm like, get the fuck out of it. I'm like, you're rude as a motherfucker. She's like, I'm not. I'm trying to help you. Take my card,
She tried to airdrop that joint, to
bro.
you.
But here's
So she saw you and the other guy looking at it.
But that
had the
was
nerve.
hours before. This was as she was leaving. She's like, "This is my one last attempt to
Wow.
fucking give this guy hair
The
transplant."
third attempt.
So then I'm like trying to figure out why the fuck she would do this, and then I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, if she was really trying to sell me on hair transplant, she would airdrop me an image with her name and number that
Or a
said,
menu?
yeah, or something like, "This is what we do." This seemed more like a Google pic. Like this bitch just like picked this image out of a random image search on
before
Google
and after
and
type
then
thing?
airdropped it like as a joke. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, why the fuck would she do that? And I'm like, okay, maybe she's retarded. Listen, she was African American and my hair's blonde, so maybe to her it looked like the parts that are blonde are actually bald. I could see that. But it
Viable
still doesn't
option.
make sense that she wouldn't have a more graceful approach than to airdrop me an image of a bald head, right? But we are in Houston, yes. So this is what I came up with.
What is it?
At some point, probably 6 months ago, this woman probably came up to the DJ booth to me on a night when I wasn't feeling so chipper, and requested a song. And I told her to get fucked or give me $100.
Yeah.
And then she probably went back to her table, sat down, wiped her tears, and said, "One day, I'm gonna get that motherfucker back. I don't know how, but I will." A few months later, she notices I cut my hair, and she says, "Why would he cut his hair? He has beautiful blonde cold locks." She doesn't think like how much fucking time it takes to do my hair. She probably thinks, "Oh, he's probably losing his hair and is going bald. Let me go ahead and hit him with this joint."
It's revenge.
That's the best I can come up with.
Yep.
Hopefully, you
I
guys
don't-
got something better and less cynical. That's where I'm at.
I just think she's
Retarded.
functioning at all the raw calibers. Like
She's a
she could be half retarded.
She's a Houston native.
She could be half retarded.
And
I'm
this
not
is
saying okay. Don't
back
but
to
no
my original point.
don't clip my shit where I'm saying Houston people have retarded. That's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm
I'm
joking.
talking about this specific.
But yet something
woman.
wasn't right. But I asked, and I was assuming that the bottle service girls, if I asked them, they'd be like, "Though you're old and you're fucking going bald," because that's what they'd say. But they go, "No,
You can't really ask someone you know. I feel like they're too close.
Well, I just find it funny that I ask you guys if you notice these things about Houston and you have nothing to say, but then I hear two back-to-back stories that just solidify every point I tried to make.
Listen, I'm not saying you don't have a point.
I mean,
I'm just saying
these
I
aren't
can't
things that are
speak
happening
on
on a daily basis. You're just random. Like, just since you brought it up, yeah. By the way, I have a story. But yeah,
I do think about that. Is it Houston or is it the times? Is it Houston or is it post-COVID? Is it Houston or is it me? Is
honestly,
it like everything's fucked.
It's probably all of the above, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
There's never
the
no
world's
one.
going to shit.
That's what I always bring it
We
back.
can just hope that a fucking meteor takes us all out before global warming does. That's really
Man.
all you can hope for these
Yeah.
days.
Well, I mean, monkeypox would be all right.
That's over. That's like last month.
Yeah, it's done. What's
Wait
the
for the
next
next
shit?
pan-
What's
It,
bubbling?
one thing that's funny in Texas is whenever there's like a big like monkeypox, that in Texas that thing came and went. I feel like everywhere else it's still like a thing.
That's because they're. I will give it to Texas. They're not pussies like the rest of the world.
No, yeah.
In today's day and age.
Yeah.
This is why this is my safe haven outside of Austin, of course.
We've said some bad things, but there's definitely pros. We've discussed the cons, but there's
Gun
pros.
control, great. You can shoot people and get away with it as long as you're within the eyes of the law.
You could kill someone and go to the strip club right afterwards.
Yeah, that happens a lot here.
Yeah.
I think it happens more often than we really know about.
I just found out about this. I was like, what?
That seems to be the thing. But you don't get arrested, so it's cool. Strategy, I got to ask you a question. What's your
up?
opinion on Ice Spice?
Ice Spice didn't really do it for me.
She didn't. Are you talking sexually or audibly?
Really, I'm in a state of mind right now where I'm not looking for a sexual partner, so I didn't have that at the front of my thinking when I was delving into the Ice Spice ordeal.
Okay.
So this is just musically.
Okay.
She didn't really do it for me, and I love that we're like getting into female rappers and it's all about equality.
No, you don't. No, you fucking don't.
And- 'cause
You
I'm
want to talk to
feminist.
us about lying? You fucking hate female rappers. Let the people know the truth.
I'm a feminist. This is the new strategy.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We got to add up the clips where he talks shit about every single female artist.
No, I mean, I'll be honest. Female rappers in the 90s were the worst. There was nothing worse than a golden era
I feel like
female
Golden Era
rapper.
Lil Kim was hard.
Decent. There's an exception to every rule. But I will say that today's rappers, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have some hard ass lines.
Wait a minute.
I
Wait a
will
minute. Wait a
give
minute.
that
Wait a
to
minute.
them.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. rewind. Did you just tell me that golden era female
Females.
artists were the worst?
Yeah.
Are you the same guy who I've heard play Not Tonight by Lil' Kim, fucking every rapper in the 90s on one track?
Wait. Are you talking Ladies Night?
Yeah.
It's Ladies
It's called Not
Night.
Tonight. Yeah.
The Lil' Kim version.
And it's got Lil' Kim, and it's got
the Lil'
Missy, and
Kim
it's
version.
got fucking
Well, I
the
only
Puerto
played
Rican
the
girl.
Lil' Kim one.
Oh man, I know which one you're talking
I
about.
only play the first verse. You think you think it's fucking E40 on I Don't Fuck With You?
Oh, here we go. Here we
You think I'm
go.
playing any verse
Here
past
we
the first
go.
one?
How do you feel about E40? Are you a fan? New E40?
Nah. I won't. I want to say.
Yeah.
You know, what? I think the last new E40 track I liked was the one. Was it Yo Gotti? Was it Law?
That one's fire.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know E40 had a verse on that.
Here we go. Lies.
The only edits
Lies.
make sure that no E40 edits.
No, but like no, I mean in California, like you grow up, and especially like spending time in the Bay, like I was, yeah, I have to say E40 is dope. I like E40.
E40
Now-
his own language
Yeah, like Snoop Dogg and a lot of other people picked up all that stuff from him.
for sure.
Yeah, he's cute, but
But I mean, we don't have
be
to like.
honest, he's not
we
his
don't-
swag and like his presence and his persona is way better than his rapping.
For Shelly.
Yeah, like he should just be like an influencer.
he
would be a great
he basically was before ahead of his time.
Yeah.
There we go.
He influenced me to drink Carlo Rossi, which I would.
Oh yeah, I definitely drink a Rossi just because of him.
Yeah.
Just because let me see
Carlo
what this
Rossi?
tastes, let me see what this tastes like. Just because I had to
And I
know.
was like, this is shitty wine. What
yeah,
the
it's
fuck
horrible.
Is this?
It's the worst wine you could ever buy.
I hope he got paid for that one.
So
That's why it's wine like a
In a
gallon
jug, yeah.
in a gallon, and it's like $5.
Carlo Rossi? Carlo Rossi? All right.
that sounds like a hangover, but
It is.
what do you feel like we're in a corny era right now?
Me, I'm not a corny person, so I've always felt like we've been in the corny era.
You just feel like
Do you even think the 90s were corny?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I thought the late 90s were corny, like the Diddy.
Nah, like,
era.
well, I was gonna say when that shit came out, it was right.
To
For
me,
the
it
most
was.
part?
Anything post 96 was corny to me. And not because I'm just like this huge Tupac fan and I feel like when he died, music changed, but because I feel like post 96, everyone started having like their own labels. And so there wasn't as much money in the studios making like dope music, like good producers making music. So everyone started making the beats and they were kind of like flat. Like if you put out a timeline of any artist that was around from 94 on, right? All their best work was with the exception of Jay-Z who came out in 97. Everyone's work was dopest pre 97. Okay, I'll go further. I'll say
So-
98 was the year.
So from then to
went.
now, you mean, or just
Yeah, I think 98 on forward was like the death of music. As far as hip hop goes, we'll say.
So anything like Just Blaze did was corny.
It was cool, but it wasn't like I felt like music was like there's so like 96 there were so many classics. 95, 94 in hip hop was like so many classics.
I mean,
Just Blaze is just like
That was just a
different.
good time in
It's
hip
dope.
hop. That's all that was, man.
That's
It was
golden there. That's
it
what
was
it is.
different too. Like sampling was different. Like, everything was just put
That's what
together
I'm saying.
differently.
You make something on SP 1200, it feels gritty, raw.
I didn't know you hated Just Blaze like that.
Listen, you guys throw Just Blaze at me like I just had to knock it off before
know
you know.
you hated
No,
Just
bro.
before it
Blaze.
ruined
Just
my
Blaze. What did just
I
Blaze?
like Just
Damn,
Blaze,
bro.
Not
like
as a DJ.
some of
but
the
as
best
a-
like Jay-Z anthems are right there.
No, for sure. Public service announcement is one of my favorite shit. So
Public service announcement. Dolo hates Just Blaze. Jesus.
I don't hate
Heard
Just
it-
Blaze.
You heard it here first.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
But you know what? How do you feel about DJing right now? You're enjoying yourself when you're out there DJing? Because I would just want to hang myself.
You know, for a long time, I felt like I just got back into DJing moving here, to be honest.
Yeah.
How
How long
Were
do
you
you
over it? You were just
from before you
No,
feel
I
like
wa-
you got back into it? How long was it when you were like not feeling it?
It wasn't that I wasn't feeling it. It was more like a personal thing. I felt like I had to unplug from being a DJ.
was it you were so wrapped up in the edits and
yeah, I feel like the edit game has saved me, but also kind of held me back in a way.
Explain.
Because I feel like I got so caught up in the thing where like I just got, and I did it for so many years, and I'm still doing it, where it was just like, if I didn't focus on that thing, I would have focused more on production. So like when I was saying, like just getting back into DJing, like appreciating it again, is like, because I'd say 2 years before moving here, even before COVID, about a year before COVID, I was like starting to unplug away from DJing, like purposely like turning down gigs and just not even wanting to, because I felt like I had to get unplugged from that to learn how to be a producer.
Yeah,
because I feel like
it's really hard.
I was around nothing but DJs, and I was like, well, DJs can't teach a DJ to produce if they just DJ. Like I gotta be like 100% producing, or I gotta be around other producers. I just gotta be that.
You have to submerge yourself in something to be great.
So that's what I did for like 2 years. Then when COVID came, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm already doing this shit anyways. Let's go.
Yeah,
COVID was actually good for me, to be honest.
Just bopping in the studio.
Yeah, because I already had my website set up.
Oh
like
yeah,
6
so you
months,
were just like
6 months before COVID. I was already rocking, so I already had some. I already had some momentum a little.
You were
bit.
quarantined before it was cool.
I was already kind of like, so I was like, yo, this is exactly what I need. Cool.
Yeah. But did it make you did it hold you back from getting the following, as far as, because you don't have as many working DJs needing edits during the time when they're not working? That's
honestly why I started doing the sample pack stuff.
Okay.
I was like, yo, I'm definitely more DJs are like, I saw like, if you just go on social media, you saw, okay, I bought Ableton today. You know, they're starting. I was like, well, shit, like, there's a lane here, and let me try to do this. And like, honestly, the way I saw it, I was like, yo, all this stuff's on my laptop already. Let me just like go through all my projects and like pull all my best stuff and create PRIMETYME essentials.
Yeah.
And make that a sample pack.
Get some of that PPP money that they had thrown around.
Yeah, I was trying. Yeah. I mean,
not of your own, but I'm saying of the DJs that are getting PPP loans.
I was trying to get some of that money too. I couldn't really get the unemployment though, because I was already rocking on my own business for like 2 years. So there was nothing in the pot. Because they're like, because when you're working, you're putting into it. When you work for like a company.
I'd talk about it, but there's 80,000 new IRS agents in the world.
Yeah, nah. I was just grinding, man. Everything I did like during the COVID was just all like just grinding on the website.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I had a question, but I completely forgot.
Because you smoke weed?
Yeah, I think it's the weed.
What was it about? Was it about the site or something else?
Yeah, it was about the site. Do you stream? Do you ever stream yourself producing?
I've been asked numerous and dozens of times to do it. I just feel like when they were asking me, it wasn't the time. And I don't know. I feel like I've been asked to stream, and I've been asked to go like on YouTube and like do those tutorial things.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's not really me. Like I'm more like, I want to be more like hands-on and just have like that, like just do like the lifestyle of what I'm already doing.
I produce a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, right? And I can personally say I don't think I would ever want to live stream myself producing, and I'll tell you why. I think that loses some of the magic of it. Anybody who can make a beat, obviously there's levels of how the quality of your drums and the way you mix down the track and the groove that you can build throughout it. But there is some magic that I think is lost in this information age of a producer making a beat and just somebody hearing it and accepting the final body of work is what it is, rather than just hearing, oh, this is where I lay my kick, and then I'll lay a bass line by doing this, and I'll cut the sample at this frequency, or whatever the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't want to see necessarily the working process. I want to hear the finished work. And the same goes for something I would create. I wouldn't want someone to hear, the roughest version of what I got. I want to give them the intended outcome of the body of work.
See, I'm the opposite. I like the process so much more than the actual product. I think that's why I love podcasts, because it's like they're not sitting, like we have no vision of some product at the end. You know what I mean? Like at the end of this podcast, we didn't come into it like, all right, we got to hit this, we got to hit that, it's got to be this, it's got to be that.
Yeah.
We're just fucking floating off the top, and whatever comes. I like watching that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I feel like what you're saying I like too, because there's a little bit of genius in that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love just watching
the rawness
mind
of it.
Work. Like, it's not about what they're saying, it's about how they say it, when they say it, what, whatever. I don't fucking know.
No, yeah.
They just like say whatever.
I mean, I plan on putting out like more like beat videos things like that, and more projects. But as far as like live streaming, I mean, maybe we'll see.
I want to stream video games over Sober October. I feel like I'm gonna be so bored, bro. Like I'm just have the biggest
Are you gonna
fear.
do No Nut along with it?
Nah, fuck no.
Come on,
dude.
man.
You've done that before, haven't you?
I did No Nut November once, and it was.
Look,
It was traumatic.
Look, he like leaned forward.
He's like,
His tone, yes.
he got real pale.
He got
He's
real
just-
pale.
Bro, just thinking back was bad. Cause then like I'm gonna make it public. I want to document it every day. Sober October day 1, Sober October day 2. I did that for No Nut November, and then you have bitches that are just like fucking with you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Once
Oh,
people
'cause, yeah.
people in general find out, oh man, like
But I feel like with sober is a little bit different than No Nut November. Like No Nut November, they want to crack the nut, right?
Right? Yeah.
Nobody wants to see you fucking become an alcoholic.
Right.
At least nobody that you should give a fuck about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No Nut November was harder because it's like a more like it's like a
What's that-
challenge.
what's that
Like
movie?
Somebody wants to
What's
make
that
you
movie?
fail.
Oh,
there's like a movie about that.
40 Days and 40 Nights.
Yeah,
Ties 'em
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, good. That's a good one. That's a strong 90s flick.
We're gonna catch fucking strategies tied up somewhere. It's fucking.
he's like,
Dude.
He's gonna be like a fucking dirty sock in his mouth. Let me out.
I can't imagine what I'm gonna do without getting high. It's just like it makes
It's
everything
kinda
so
like-
much more fun.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
I mean,
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna sit and watch something. So I'm gonna go to the mall sober.
Jim,
What the fuck?
Jim sober.
I mean, you
Fuck that.
I mean, is smoking stopping you from like getting stuff done?
No, I cannot say anything negative about marijuana in the way that it affects my life.
Because it affects everyone different.
True. Like it's September what 30th?
29.
Midnight is October 1st.
Yeah, so
Oh,
like
it's the 30th.
I just did 30 days of not drinking, but I've been smoking.
I know, but the smoking, I need to challenge myself.
You gotta challenge
I
yourself.
could easily go without drinking and just smoke my way through it.
Well, if you're gonna challenge yourself, stop bitching about it and just do it.
I gotta bitch about it. I gotta let it
He's
out.
like, stop being a bitch, Strategy.
You obviously don't know any Jews in San
This is
Francisco.
they're kind of like
no.
they just want
my best friends. One of my best friends is half Jew, I guess, but still,
half Jew.
just like to
He might have got the
complain.
better half.
He's
This
just
is the
a thing.
full.
he loves drinking fucking LaCroix too. I mean, whatever the hell they're called, but yeah,
LaCroix.
LaCroix.
La Croix.
LaCroix.
Strategy.
Yeah.
So tonight you're drinking, right? This is your
Tonight
final.
is my final hoorah.
But at midnight you have to stop drinking.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
If I was gonna decide if I'm gonna stop at midnight and then start at midnight on the 31st.
Okay, so whenever you cut off yourself now is when you cut off.
Maybe you should just like cut off when you wake up.
I was thinking maybe that, but then I won't get to.
Then you
drink.
won't get to have that victory drink. But I feel like you also have to send yourself off with a decent hangover because that's gonna give you a good push going into this.
I always think
to
it's
not
like,
want to drink.
Yeah, I always like you have to get it out of your system.
Yeah,
before
like
you,
if you
Yeah,
got
I mean-
if you got fucking shit tank tonight, right? Then tomorrow you're gonna wake up and be like, "Oh, I'm so ready for this. I'm never drinking again." You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's like,
yeah.
the smell of tequila makes me want to throw up, and then it gives you like a first. I always think, "Oh, I did this," and it's been some years. But when I did it, the first 2 weeks were the hardest,
Yeah.
and after that,
Yeah.
it was easy. It was just like I was like, "This is new me. I got energy." The first 2 weeks though, DJing, sober, I want to fucking kill everyone.
Yeah.
You like second guess yourself and
Well, you second guess yourself, but also the drunk customers coming up talking to you. You just want to.
you know,
smack 'em.
I think every time I was telling somebody this. I forget who, like, but I feel like every time I stop drinking for like a set amount of period, it has been a different experience every time. And I feel like this time around, I'm more like dealing with drunk people. I feel like I'm more trying to be involved in it and like be more like open to the drunkenness of people. Yeah, maybe that.
Strategies thing. Strategy
Yeah.
can make himself be drunk without
I-
being drunk.
Yeah. You just gotta let everything go.
Yeah.
That's literally what the alcohol does for you.
Yeah,
Pretty much,
That's
yeah.
true.
And that's what loud music does for you too. If the music's loud enough, it all
Tunes
those
everything
cloudy,
out.
shitty little thoughts, like you can't even hear them.
You can't hear him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so loud. I'll agree with that.
No. I mean, what was the longest you've gone without drinking?
25 years.
Oh, that's right. You didn't drink for a long
He's a
time.
late bloomer.
Yeah, but you can't count 25 years when you're
when you've never
So
done it
4
before.
years? So for 4 years?
Okay, well, how about
Yeah,
since,
at the age of 21, you're legally drink. So
well, no, I think a
but
more accurate description. Since you started drinking, what's the
since you started, okay, not even since you were DJing, because you weren't even drinking when you first started DJing. Since you started drinking, what's the longest you've gone without drinking?
There hasn't been like a set. I've never like set time out to do it. When I started smoking weed, there was a pretty long period where I was not drinking at all a lot. But
Weed
it
was
wasn't
doing it
like
for you.
I'm not drinking for this long. Like, I've never done it. That's why I'm nervous.
What about you? I'd be like,
1 month is the longest I've ever gone since I was fucking 15, 14. I don't know. Whenever I started drinking.
yeah, no, same. Yeah, I think 3 months, the longest I've gone to.
What's the longest you ever gone without jerking off? We talk about jerking off a lot on this show. Just
Yeah. A lot
Longest?
of jerk off talk.
Shit. Maybe a week?
Strategies 30 days. I don't think maybe like 2 weeks, maybe.
That would
It's
be
difficult.
That's harder than anything, I think.
It's almost got to be like a life changing something. So like when I had most recently, the time that I could think that I didn't jerk off wasn't even that I didn't want to jerk off. It was like a life changing event. Like my girl had our daughter, and like it wasn't even on my mind. I'm just like,
There's so much shit.
there's
to
so
do.
much shit going.
That's
like
why
such
I
a
wanna-
powerful experience.
That's why I want to keep myself busy for this. I want to.
You need to take up a new hobby.
Yeah, well,
I was
yeah,
about to say,
wanna
you need to go, like,
stream.
you need to go
I wanna,
do something.
Like, set myself up to fucking.
You should get into rock
shit.
climbing.
You
laughed.
I mean, I would, I guess. I'm
It's
gonna do yoga.
physically. It's
gonna
a
do
challenging
I'm sure one of
We-
these.
yoga. You're
have
such
to
a
do-
fucking
Bro,
bitch.
you
Why,
have
to do-
why don't
I
you get
feel
a
like-
fucking York?
I feel like you live like in a rock climbing community. There's like a rock climbing
Go hit
gym
the
around here somewhere.
AEM and buy you a little
Yorkies.
pack and a fucking a nice set of hiking
Nah,
boots.
yoga's the shit, bro. You don't know about yoga.
Actually,
know
a
about
puppy
yoga.
would
That's
a
the
puppy
shit.
would keep your ass busy for sure.
I did a couple yogis in my day.
Yoga's the
I
shit.
did the Bikram yoga.
Hey,
gonna try and
yogis are nice too. Gymnasts are cool too.
Yeah,
Gymnasts.
they're talented.
Yeah,
I
very
like
talented.
nurses personally.
Years in
Nurses
training.
are wild,
Nurses
but
are loose. I like loose women.
teachers are very loose women.
Teachers, nurses, hairdressers,
Bartenders.
bottle service girls.
Really,
Who's worse,
any
bottle
female.
service girls or bartenders?
Bartenders, because they're like bitter. Like bottle service girls are like young and fun with it. Bartenders are just like,
Kinda naive a little
I'm
bit.
fucking creeping up on 30 and I have nothing out of my life.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fucking make men miserable.
You
I'm gonna take
graduate-
his soul.
Yeah, exactly.
You graduate to a point where you need that bar in between you and the patrons.
Exactly.
Like
To
you've
keep
been.
physical altercation from
Yeah,
happening.
you've been in the sea of people for long enough. You now need to be behind the bar to have some sort of buffer.
Yeah. Bottle service girls are also trash because if you ever try and date one, they'll end up cheating on you probably with a bar back or getting pregnant from a security guard.
Yeah.
So this is just a common fact. It's nothing against you women. I know you don't know right now
Right.
as a 23-year-old bottle service girl, you feel that one day you're going to graduate and marry the guy with the Lamborghini that comes in and buys bottles. But the reality is you're going to get pregnant by a bar back. So just let it be.
Yeah, and we've seen this happen. And the only reason that he says that is because we've seen it.
Yeah, it's not like I just made
No,
this
I've-
up.
I've seen-
or
I'm
there's a
laughing 'cause
girl
I-
I hate that did it.
I'm laughing because I've actually seen this and know something like
Like
Time and
infinite
time again.
times. It's not even like a personal appearance or a personal experience where like I love this bottle service girl and she left me for a bar back.
it's
I'm
not-
saying I see it. I've seen it probably no short of 30 times.
It's not mean if it's
no
true.
short of 30 times.
I always say if it's not mean if it's true.
It's not mean. It's just, and that's why I said I'm not holding it against you. I guess that was a kind of shitty thing for me to say. What's worse about no, I'm not saying that. Listen, it's your destiny, sweetheart. Live it out.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, we're just talking facts. You know what I mean?
I have seen some women graduate from the bottle service career into realtors, insurance salesmen. On a rare occasion, a trophy wife.
I've seen I've seen lawyers and like nurses,
But there's
come out.
nothing more
Engineers.
plentiful than the barback
Prematurely
or
pregnant bottle service
prematurely
women.
pregnant bottle service girl from a college.
There is exceptions to every rule. So there's some that make it out.
For sure.
And congratulations to you guys.
Exactly.
But it's a sticky trap.
It's a sticky trap. It's like DJing in your 40s.
This whole industry is a sticky trap,
it's
man.
It becomes very real very quick.
It's a sticky trap.
I remember being a young, youthful 25-year-old DJ feeling on top of the world and saying, yo, no, by the time I'm like 40, not going to be DJing. Definitely will be like owning a club, maybe. Probably just live it off the.
Oh, I remember like when I first got into the game, like, yeah, I want to own my own club. That's
yeah,
the best.
well, no, that'll
And
be
after
no
about
time.
3 years, I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, you're like, I could just get in and walk out at the end of my shift and not give a fuck. That's great.
Yeah.
And then you become like in your 30s. I can't say 40s yet, but creeping up very quickly. And it's okay. I've come to terms with it. I'm not mad at it. I'm very blessed. You know what
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying?
mind like owning a bar, but actual full on nightclub.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And it's like, do I want, you have to be so submerged to actually be successful. And you don't just want to be like a silent investor. If you actually want to like put your years of experience into this, you have to fucking dive into it. Just like you said, you don't want to hang around a bunch of DJs when you're trying to be a producer. When you want to own a nightclub, you're not going to hang out with a bunch of employees. You know what I'm saying? You have to become.
It wasn't that I didn't want to hang out with a bunch of DJs.
But you wanted to be the best version of you.
Yeah,
I
just feel like in order for me to grow as in this direction,
Yeah.
I had to like unplug myself from everything I knew and learn something new.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, God willing, I'll be DJing when I'm 50 and making money and drinking every night and not dead.
You don't. That's not God willing. You don't want that. Don't
No, I mean, I said I'm not dead,
Don't
okay?
do
I
that.
said I'm not dead.
Don't do
because I can tell you right now, I'm going to probably have to do sober something.
What's strategy's plan when he's 50?
When I'm 50, I'm 32 right now. I'm gonna get a girl pregnant at 38.
Okay.
Right?
As long as you know the date.
By the time I'm 50, that means my son, because I'm gonna make him separate my sperm. I'm only having a male baby.
Educated decisions.
And by the time I'm 50, my son is gonna be 12,
Okay.
and I'll probably be
Are you going to have custody or?
well, me and
Good
the
question.
mom are still gonna be together.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because I'm gonna take it slow.
Got it.
And I'm going to learn to love the woman that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, because I am a feminist at the end of the day.
That's true. Are you going to still be gay at this point?
Well, I'm not gay anymore. I'm actually a trans Russian spy.
Oh, yo. Can we talk about the transsexual Russian spy?
Wait, what?
One moment?
What the fuck did I miss?
Okay, so
Oh,
in case you didn't know,
I did.
The Biden administration loves trannies, apparently.
Oh, is
Because-
this why someone was walking downtown with a fucking fuck Biden flag yesterday? And,
No, that's just
and a
because-
fucking
Multiple reasons.
an
for that.
assault
There's a lot
rifle. Well, we
lot of
are in
reasons for
Texas.
that.
Yeah,
There's
we're
a
in
lot
Texas.
of reasons for that. Probably
It's,
not
it-
this,
it's
but,
different out here, man. It's crazy out here, bro.
But apparently this transsexual government official was a Russian spy and was caught by an undercover American undercover.
I don't know the story. I just saw the headline.
this is why I like choose certain topics of news to watch. Because
Here's the best part about it. You can make fun of him for being trans because he's no longer trans. He's now changed his pronouns back to he, him. And the whole time the guy was married. I can call him a guy because he changed his pronouns.
See, I didn't delve into it, but I knew saying it that you would have all the information I needed.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
thanks, Dello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So I'm a trans Russian spy. I'm no longer gay. I have a 12-year-old son, and mostly we kind of hang out. You know, I want to be able to spend. I'm going to be retired at this point. I'm going to have a couple of real estate investments that keep me afloat. I don't want to be like. I used to want to be like rich. Like, oh, by the time I'm 50, I'm on a yacht.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't want any of that.
Then you meet a bunch of rich people and you're
Yeah.
like, these guys are all
Fuck
fucking
all that
scumbags.
and,
Yeah.
and then they die. Like
You
8
just
years
you,
later.
at this point, you just want to be healthy.
I literally just want to pay my bills and kick it with my 12-year-old son and raise him to be the woman that he's going to become.
Whoa.
Because it's going to be.
Well, it is.
it's gonna be like-
that took a little turn.
It
That
is a
took little
sign of the
turn.
times.
It's-
I'm not saying I don't agree with it. Okay, I'm just saying you never know. You know what I mean? What if he decides he wants to identify as a muskrat? You never
Here's
know.
what I'm saying. This
Don't
is
say he's going to be a woman because that's you're assuming his gender
Right. You're right.
and his species
You're right.
for that matter.
They
Well said,
will
Della.
be
Well said.
whatever they want to be.
Wait,
If
now how?
my son tells me that he wants to be a girl at 13, I'm gonna chop his dick off myself.
You're like, all right, we're gonna see how much you want this. Listen, I can joke about it because I used to DJ in a gay club. Now, you, having lived in San Francisco for a set amount of time, did you ever DJ in gay
You
clubs?
also have immunity.
I did.
So we're out here. We can make fun of people.
Yeah, no. Gay clubs play well.
Bro, I had a lot of fun DJing gay club. I was a resident DJ at Scarlet in Boys Town, Chicago for probably a year and a half. Every Saturday night and Sunday day party. Now, the gays were doing the brunch thing before it was cool.
I was gonna say like the spots I was at was like brunch spots.
This was like 2009, 2008, and they were going hard. These motherfuckers did not sleep. They would leave the club at 2:00.
No, they would be hammered by 12 noon.
Steam room.
They go to the Steamworks, the local what do you call it, bathhouse.
Yeah.
Fuck each other, come back out high on K and X and any other letter
though, because there is showers.
There are showers there and worked out. Yeah, they lift weights in there as well. And
that's
so
more than you could say for the hetero community
Yeah.
of people that go home, don't shower, do cocaine all night, and come back out. For
exactly.
brunch.
These guys are fucked, fed, and ready to go.
Cleaned.
and
Fucked, fed, and ready to go.
And they're ready at fucking 10 a.m.
Sounds like Dell was like running a fucking party bus of these motherfuckers.
I actually
Let's go get in. We're going to Scarlet.
Shout out to Dougie's gay party bus. I actually used to curate mixes for
fucking knew it.
For their gay bus rides.
I knew it.
And it would be like, he'd give me like the theme. It's like, oh, there's a Cher concert, so we need Cher. I'm like, fuck. God damn it, I hate Cher. I'm like, get it right over to you, Dougie. No problem. You got to do what you got to do for money.
Yeah.
Hey, $20 is $20, I guess.
I did a Sex in the City theme. I did all of them. Mariah Carey concerts, whatever they were doing with their
Mariah
gay
Carey.
bus.
Mm-hmm.
I even did a sex mixtape for them. I'm pretty sure somebody fucked.
You did a sex tape for them?
Well, he would give me a list of songs that he wanted included. He'd let me do my thing. Say, put all the bells and whistles. And one of the
Did he just stop throwing these parties?
I don't know. I kind of when I stopped DJing the gay community and started doing downtown clubs, I kind of just lost touch because it was like this was the spot, so I would see these guys. They were my friends.
He found someone. Whoever that was found someone younger.
They found a younger, more handsome version of me.
Katie
It's
Fitz.
fine. I can't blame them. That's kind of
someone younger, handsome,
way.
and more hair. Apparently,
exactly. Just like Leonardo DiCaprio, they traded me in at 25. So
Okay.
from there on, I made the mixtapes. It would be a theme, right? And one of them was like, I noticed there was like a sex theme. That's how I had that song, I Want to Fuck You in the Ass. Remember I showed you?
Mm-hmm.
It was on that list. It's on a bunch of other like vulgar ones and like some fucking Madonna fucking Justify My Love. You know what I'm saying?
Was
and I was
Short
just
Dick Man?
I could feel that someone was getting fucked in the ass to this mixtape. I could feel as I was making it. I was like,
that's what you were curating.
that's
right?
what I'm
Like,
saying.
That's what you were.
I mean, that was the whole goal, right?
myself in that.
Yeah.
For that 1 hour I was recording that mix, I was in the steam room
Yeah.
mixing for these guys while they butt fuck each other.
Yeah, you were
know
in
what I'm
your
saying?
headphones.
I was there.
You were mixing in a steam room.
No, in my mind.
Oh, okay.
This is what I was. I'm fantasizing. This is what I was picturing.
Yeah, you know when you're
Fantasizing.
making a mix and you're thinking,
shit.
you're listening to your blend and you can envision the sea of people.
Exactly.
fucking going
If you're
crazy
making a
to it.
mixtape for like a car show and it's like Screwed and Chopped or whatever, you're like picturing you're rolling in a slab. You're in
Right.
in this one I'm like,
No, I feel you. I said,
I'm in a bathhouse and like there's a naked
you're
dude
visioning
sucking a
everything.
dude's
Yeah,
dick here and there's like another fucking dude getting butt. You know what I'm saying?
No, I-
Like you picture it.
and you're dodging the monkey
I'm
pox.
like the fucking nuts like squirt. Okay. One more gay story, kids. I got
There
it.
you go.
I'm getting all the flashbacks now. So I dated this
Let him
girl.
run. Let him run.
My toxica. Okay. So this girl was fucking terrible. But when I first started dating her, I was DJing at this place called District, which was on Ontario, and right next to it, there's Y Bar over there. Okay. So I'm DJing this party at Y Bar, and this was like the first time I had DJ'd outside of that gay club for another like gay party. And so like I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Oh,
yeah,
you're
I'll do it.
double dipping.
No. I'm just like I'm kind of like
You like got a gig. Like
Yeah, I got a
someone
gig.
was like, hey, I want you to DJ this.
yeah,
party.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, shit's coming out of this is dope, you know. So it turned out to be a fetish party. So I get there. Luckily, I'm one of the opening DJs.
Oh shit!
But this is what I'm seeing in Y Bar. Okay, the same Y Bar that
I
we've
remember
DJ'd
this
at,
story.
right? There's a big cross, like an X, in the middle of the dance floor, and it's like for people to like get up on. And there's like a guy with a gimp mask with a whip that will just beat the shit out of you on this fucking thing, right? Now, behind the DJ booth and over to the side, the walls are covered with black plastic trash bags and taped off.
like tarp.
The whole thing. And I'm like, I'm asking the promoter, I'm like, so what's that about? He's like, water sports. And I was like water sports, like slip and slide? they're like, no, for guys like to piss on each other. And I'm like, oh, fuck. What did I sign up for?
Raging Waters, bro.
Yeah. So after my 1 hour set, when really nobody had really arrived, a few people, but the water sports hadn't begun. The girl that I was just started talking to, I'm like, yeah, come over to Y Bar. It's great. So there's a picture somewhere of me like beating the shit out of her with whips on that cross. And that was like our first date.
When did you piss on her?
I didn't. I was a little camera shy.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know that anybody got pissed on that night, but they were ready for it.
They were ready for it. They were ready.
Sounds
for
like
it.
they're ready for it.
Shout out to Ryan. I don't know if I should say Ryan Willings. Ryan Willings. He was a promoter at Spy Bar too.
I don't know if I know him. This is before my time.
This is 2008, bro.
I was still in 2008. I was graduating high school.
Well, yeah. You wouldn't have been allowed to this party.
Apparently, he had his first shot at Jameson with me and Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a moment. He actually smoked his first joint with me, and I have video of it.
Mm-hmm.
He threw up
In LA. With
In
an
LA.
architect.
in the parking lot of some nightclub.
And here I am entering Sober October tomorrow.
You've come a long way.
You've come a long way in the last 6 years. Or no, it might have been longer than that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, amazing. So we've come a long way. It's
been a hell of a ride.
How am I supposed to play video games without weed? Like, what am I supposed to do without weed?
the same stuff you always did. I don't know.
God damn it.
Maybe you just gotta start streaming every day.
I gotta do something.
You should
Something's gotta
definitely
keep
turn
me
this
busy.
negative into something positive.
I got to.
Yeah.
It's the only way to do it.
It's,
I need to fill the habits with other habits that just aren't bad ones. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what it is. Should we wrap it?
I think we should wrap it.
Should we wrap it like a fucking like a
Like a-
Jimmy in the night?
We
I was
should
gonna say,
wrap
like
it
a
like the
condom on a
walls of
microphone?
Y Bar before a fetish party.
Yeah. Let's fucking wrap
It's
it,
wrapped.
baby. Thank you for coming out. Primetime, the motherfucking man, the
Thanks for
addict
having me.
God himself.
thanks for having me, fellas.
Strategy and Dolo Show, episode 65. We're fucking cruising. Party with Strategy podcast. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Drop a little comment for us. Run over to primetime.com. That's PRIMETYME.
There you go. He got it. He got it.
I practiced that.
Thank you.
And hit the subscribe button over there. And Dolomatic, DOLOMATIC at Instagram.
Yeah.
We got to get you some. You need a Patreon with like dick pics on it or something.
I got a couple dick pics I could put up there. Because it'd be better than my Pornhub site that didn't pay me.
There's a whole demographic for small dick pics. Telling you.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be included in that.
Wouldn't know anything about
I wouldn't know
that.
anything about that.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.